Greetings, comrades. I welcome your return to MusicalConman plays Slay the Spire. We've got everyone up to the same ascension level now, so I think without further ado, I shall hop back on up to that sweet, sweet ironclad. What you got for me, whale? Card remove 3 potions, spend a bunch of gold for max HP, or boss relic swap. We got some shops early on. So that makes the give up all your gold a little worse. Let me see. If we go this way, we could choose between 2 campfires or 2 elites, or 2 campfires and 1 elite. Is 2 campfires better than an extra elite? Probably. So if that's the case, we probably want to go one of these ways. If we lose all our gold, we'll skip the shop. I don't think we really remove a card from our deck that often. And that's a bunch of max health. It makes us very safe. It just doesn't help us win things. We could also take potions and use potions to go a very aggressive path with 4 fights into a super elite, into another elite, into another elite. That only has 1 campfire though, just to fight 3 elites, and we can fight 3 elites with, well, also 1 campfire. Or 2 elites with 3 campfires. Boss relic swap is kind of interesting. You know what? Maybe we'll just... how highly do I value that max HP though? Would I spend 100 gold for 16 max health at a shop? Probably, but it wouldn't excite me. Let's do this. And just because I don't take it often. We have no gold, so I think we want to go one of the shopless nodes. This does 3 fights, campfire. We'd rather do fights before events, but I don't know if we want to do 4 fights before a campfire. Alright, we're getting attacked for 15. Or 14. So let's kill one of them, block 5. Get a slime. We can full block and hit, or we could do more damage. With only 1 slime in our deck, I think it's still safe to full block. Alright, now we got a turn where we can just lay into it. And we got guaranteed kill next turn. Alright, speed potion. Uppercut. Uppercut is really nice. Burning Pact is nice later, but it's not very good right now because we don't need to draw cards. We just have strike and defend. Why do we need to draw more of this? Weak, vulnerable, and a big attack into it. We could give up Uppercut for a relic. I'd rather give up Speed Potion for a relic. I think Uppercut is more valuable than Speed Potion because we're going to like this later on. And with all this max health, blocking for an extra 10 or so once is not a big deal. Bronze Scales. When we're attacked, we hit them back. More damage, but less vulnerable. Or less damage but more vulnerable. I think this will make it vulnerable next turn. So if we play 2 strikes next turn, and then it's the extra vulnerable next turn is going to be worth 6 damage, and this is just 5 more damage right now. Also though, we heal for 6 at the end of the fight, so let's just set up for a kill. And there we go. Attack potion? Thunderclap? It can be okay, but I really like a combust here. Really good against sentries, pretty decent against bosses, okay against Hexaghost, plus with all this max HP, we're totally fine spending our HP to deal damage. For example, we're going to do it now. We have 1 defend, so we'll do a strike, a combust, and take a little bit of damage. Now we can make it vulnerable and hit it. You know, actually, we could have killed it if we'd just played a strike instead of combust, so we did kind of trade health for no benefit there, relatively speaking, but am I going to take another one? If I take another combust, we do really well against multi-enemy fights, and we do pretty well against Act 1 elites. With another combust and all this health, I feel pretty comfortable going into a 3 elite fight path. Alright, do I play 9 damage or 10 damage per turn? I think we do this. I also could have done just 2 combusts and a strike. Maybe I should have thought about that option more. That's a lot of damage, so we're going to go ahead and split it this turn. So it's down to 27. Combust is going to help a lot now that there's 2 of them. We could do 8, 17, 22 to it, but I'd rather just block. We're going to keep being frail, but Combust and Bronze Scales are going to do a lot if we block, and look at that. That's a nice turn. Let's see. 13 plus 9 would kill that. And we ought to be able to deal with that pretty well. Very well. Alright, we heal back up to 94. Not bad. So we could get a big attack. A big attack that exhausts stuff. Or a cleave. We don't need a cleave with 2 combusts. Wild Strike might be nice with these extra sources of vulnerable. I don't mind having a wound in our draw pile. Sever Soul is a good attack. And it's good to exhaust things. You know what? Sever Soul is going to be good against Hexaghost, because it's going to put a bunch of burns on our deck, and we'd like to exhaust those. Alright, so we could upgrade for 6 damage. That's a lot of damage. We could upgrade for extra weak and vulnerable, or just extra vulnerable. We could also upgrade a Combust. So we're about to go into an elite fight. Against Sentries, I think 2 Combusts does pretty well already. Extra weak and vulnerable isn't valuable against Sentries, but I think we're good in that fight. Extra weak is really nice against Lagavulin and Gremlin Knob. Alternatively, there's just 6 damage, which is a huge upgrade. I think we've got enough damage to kill them, so let's take the weak. It's a nice bit of defense. It's also good with our Bronze Scales. Synergistically. Alright. Cool. So this turn, we draw a bunch of cards we don't care about. Next turn, I would love to get 1 Combust. Okay. I'm going to play 1 Combust. I could make it vulnerable, but then Combust would hurt it, and I don't want to hurt it. It's my friend. So we'll take 1 extra damage from Combust so that we can set up more powers. So now we can get our other Combust, we can get an Uppercut to make it vulnerable and weak next turn. And now we're doing 10 damage a turn. So we're obviously playing 2 strikes, and I think we just play a defend here. I don't think damage is our issue here, it's mostly just about defense. With 10 damage a turn for free, I think we just keep blocking. Well, 13 because of that wonderful, lovely Bronze Scales. So now, if we can draw... Yep, we get a kill this turn, and we get a kill without Combust having to go off. So, we lost about 20 health for that. Molten Egg, really happy with that. We could take an Anger. We've got a lot of 2-cost stuff, so some 0-cost stuff is useful. And 8 damage, I mean, it's better than a strike and it costs nothing. I think this helps us go a 3 elite path, and ooh. Alright, well, at least they're not all attacking. These 2 wouldn't attack this turn anyway. And we'll just go defend and Sever Soul. Full block. We do need to get that thing dead pretty soon. Okay, Combust is nice. This might be a good... Let's do an attack potion here. Clash does a lot for us, so we have to play defend. This thing, Bronze Scales and Combust, it'll die next turn and we're already fully blocked. So let's just get working on this thing. Alright, if we're lucky this will block to the left here. It did not, it blocked to the right. So we need to deal 9 damage to it. Combust will help. And let's see, this thing is not going to attack us. So if we just strike and strike, that does not do it. So we'll win the fight this way. Whirlwind? Upgraded Whirlwind. We are really good at area of effect damage now, and this lets us pour all of our energy into attacks. We're almost full of attacks here, but I think an upgraded Whirlwind is still good enough to take, and after this we're kind of looking to cut down on attacks, get a little more defense. Hey! Healing when we enter rest sites. With 79 health and a bunch of upgraded attacks, we want to go elite hunting. Anger the mushrooms. Excellent. This is basically an extra elite. Give me a whirlwind. No luck. Whirlwind would have just basically won the fight this turn. We already win the fight as soon as we draw whirlwind. So we just want to block as much damage as we can. Combust helps us kill things in case we don't draw whirlwind next turn. I'm gonna bank on either getting whirlwind or some defensive power. Okay, yeah, anger helps a lot. So now we deal 24 damage to all enemies, which is a lot in Act 1. And we get odd mushroom, so when we're vulnerable, it's not so bad. Get a blood potion and... Evolve is decent against the Hexaghost because of all those burns, but we also kind of took a Sever Soul to deal with that. Heavy Blade, we don't have any strength. Perfected Strike, it can be okay, but we've got good, decent single target damage with Sever Soul, Uppercut, and upgraded Anger, and we got a lot of area of effect damage. I think we're okay on damage. I don't think we need to take a Perfected Strike here. Even though Perfected Strike Plus is nice, we do have a lot of vulnerable. But I don't think that helps our deck. Evolve might help our deck. Let's try it out. I don't take Evolve that often. Ooh, yeah, we love this relic. So we'll get a Pain, which will lose us some HP, but 83 max HP and another basically 19 health whenever we drink that, so we definitely want this. It'll be a little while before we can remove it, but Pain Relic, good relic. Okay, so 22 damage, exhaust the curse. So we could deal 28 damage, or we could deal 22 damage, and it's weak and vulnerable. I think weak and vulnerable next turn is worth not exhausting the curse. Vulnerable is really good if we get, say, our whirlwind or our anger or whatever. I think we just deal 36 damage here. We're just trying to kill this thing before it kills us. And okay. I guess elites. Oh no, we heal less after boss battles at Ascension 5. So we do actually want to finish these fights with relatively high health. We're trying to kill next turn, so we'll block as much as we can. So we take 7 instead of 16. That's an improvement. Alright, we'll bash it down. Shuriken. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. That's going to be good with Anger. It's nice with Whirlwind, because after we play the rest of our turn, we can play Whirlwind for 0. At this point, I do start looking for defense. Dual Wield could get us more anger, but we're going to get more anger on our own. So I think our game plan is we got our big attacks, then we exhaust all our skills, and we just anger into Shuriken, into anger, and big damage. Let's grab a Ghostly Armor. It's decent block, and once we don't want it anymore, it's gone. Whirlwind? Not quite. Okay, so this thing has 16 health, 17. This is pretty easy to take down. Block for what we can, get a little extra strength, and hit the one that has a bigger armor number. We don't need to combust here. Power Potion, and a Feel No Pain. We already have a Sever Soul. We have a Ghostly Armor. I like a Feel No Pain. It's a little early, but I'm into it. Reckless Charge could also be good with Shuriken, but we don't have the card draw for that. I'm going to take an early Feel No Pain. I think we're strong enough to make it happen. Alright. We're going to get our Strength this turn. Do we want a Power Potion this fight? I think it helps. Evolve is going to be really good against Sentries once we get through our deck the second time. And let's see if we can get working on this one. So if we get 2 Combust, that kills it. We still have 55 health. Okay, and Whirlwind is very good. Do I want to defend Whirlwind? We only need to hit that... Defend Whirlwind is good, but I think just 27 damage to all enemies is worth taking 10. If I block 5 now, do I think I can get through the fight without taking extra damage? I do have a Ghostly Armor, a Feel No Pain, and Evolve, so once we get through... Once we get a Feel No Pain in play and an Evolve, we're just going to block for a zillion every turn. We already have Evolve. So coming into the second half of our deck here, we're actually completely safe to full block, because whenever we draw a Dazed, we draw another Dazed. And it just block and block and block and block and block. We'll just play 1 card here, take 1 damage. Thanks to Pain. Alright, so these are going to block us for 9 for free, or we could just do a bunch of damage right now. Also, blocking doesn't super matter if all of your enemies are dead. Yeah, Evolve is good in that fight. Happy Flower? Not unhappy with it. Twin Strike Plus is extra damage, but I think we're good on damage right now. We could take a Warcry. It's a card that exhausts it. It does some things. And with with 3 2-cost cards, we sometimes want to play one of them next turn if we draw them both right now. So let's upgrade. We can upgrade and Evolve in this fight, then we draw the Zillion Burn, so we could upgrade a Bash, more vulnerable. Upgrading a Feel No Pain is great only when we draw Sever Souls, but it's good. I think more vulnerable is our best way to deal damage. With that Shuriken, we're going to get a lot of strength over the course of the fight, I'm hoping. So we could Evolve Sever Soul. But we could also Strike, Strike, Strike. That deals 15, 21 damage and gains us a strength. I think we want to get started gaining strength. Thorns is also going to be good in this fight. Yikes, that is a lot of damage. Okay, so this attack, it's based on your maximum number of health, so it's basically your current number of health divided by 2. Well, divided by 6, so we have 66 health, so it's dealing 36 damage. If it dealt 7 times 6, it'd be 42, so if we had like 84, if we had more than 72 health, it'd go up to 7 times 6, I think. So we can make it vulnerable a bunch. I don't think we want to do vulnerable and strike, so we're always playing 1 defend here. I think 3 vulnerable is worth more than 5 block. So we will take our lumps. Welcome back, Pain. I did put you on top of our draw pile, didn't I? That's my fault, I did that. Strike is worth 1 health, I think, but no need to play that extra defend. Alright, we can play 3 attacks this turn. And block a bunch. So we're going to do Anger, Defend, Uppercut, and then we'll play Whirlwind for 0 energy, so we'll deal 9 damage 0 times, but it's an attack, we played it, we gain strength, we're fully blocked. Fight is looking pretty good right now. So we could do Bash, Strike. So that's 18 plus 16 is 34. And we take 4. I'm down with taking 4 to end this fight sooner. And I played Combust. Alright. Let's exhaust all of those, get rid of the pain, deal a bunch of damage, and hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll kill it next turn. So this is 10 damage, 15 damage 3 times. Not quite. So defend. So we always strike plus. And I think we strike whirl. So if we just whirlwind, it deals 3 more damage. But this gains us a strength for next turn. I think an extra strength is going to do more than 3 more damage. So we take another 8 plus our combust. Getting low on health, but we got a blood potion, so we're fine. And that finishes. So, Dex potion. I'm very into a corruption. We already have a feel no pain. And we have an anger with a shuriken, so we really want to start just playing attacks later in the fight. Corruption is very good for us. We could get a curse and 3 relics. Probably not. Energy, but we can't rest. However, we have Eternal Feather, so we heal whenever we go to a rest site anyway. And we have a lot of max health, so we can afford to slowly have our health whittled down over the course of an act, heal mostly after the boss. Plus we have a blood potion. Empty Cage removes a curse and a strike, which is not bad. But I think Coffee Dripper... Extra energy is great, and I think we can deal with the downside. Extra energy helps us play 3 attacks more often. Alright, Shop does help us remove pain, which we do want to do. We could go into a 3 elite path if we really wanted to. But there's... Yeah, so we either do 1 elite, 2, or 3. But we have to decide after the first elite how we're feeling. I think our deck could become pretty strong with Corruption and a 4th energy. Alright, what do we want? Put Strike on top. Start exhausting some defense. Hopefully we'll, by the time we get through our draw pile again, we'll be ready to start killing. So this deals 22, but 3 vulnerable is going to deal more than 22. Also, we could do both. So it's Strike. Strike deals 18 and gains 1 strength, but 33. I don't think 1 strength is worth more than 15 damage. We are going to get hit here. When you draw a hand with no defense in it, sometimes you just get hit. But we don't have to get hit this turn. We go Feel No Pain. We go Defend. And we're fully blocked. Thanks to Feel No Pain. That Ghostly Armor is ethereal, so it exhausts if we don't play it. And yeah, 5 energy Whirlwind will do it. Dropkick is pretty good with... Is it though? We already have a Sever Soul to exhaust non-attack things, and we have Corruption that exhausts all our skills. Dropkick is nice when we have Bash and Uppercut. That's a lot of vulnerable. So we could try and set up an infinite combo later on, but I think Pommel Strike, just drawing 2 cards, is good with anger. We'll go this way. We haven't been to a shop yet, and we got a lot of money. These things are just going to get clowned on by thorns. We are also going to get clowned on by no defense. Let's get rid of our pain. I don't think we need a corruption here. So 18 damage, so that's 8, and that's 3, so 11. Cool, so this exactly dies. And we get hit for 18, which is very fun. It's my favorite thing to do. But we still have 45 health because our deck is like that. So we're getting attacked for 20. So we could block for 15. For We can full block this turn, so we're blocked for 15. If we do this here, and here, this can only attack us once before it dies. And finally we get our thorns to that, and that's the fight. Alright. Is this the Searing Blow run? I don't know if it's the Searing Blow run. We'd want to take that in Act 1, and we don't have a lot of campfires here. I mean, 16 damage is nice. I think a War Cry does help us. Alright. Charon's Ashes, whenever you exhaust a card, deal a bunch of damage to all enemies. That's good. Pin Nib is also very good, especially with a big whirlwind and a lot of energy. Strange Moonbeam is bad. I don't think Charon's Ashes is better than removing a pain. Another blood potion might be nice. We could drink this now and buy it. So that's an option for 50 gold. So these are exactly 200, so we can't quite do those and metallicize. I don't think we need a clash here. We could take another Sever Soul, but I think we're pretty good on shrinking our deck. We just need to get strikes removed. Honestly, if we want to fight 3 elites, including a super, just buying a blood potion and then getting a pin nib seems pretty good to me. I'd like to do the metallicize, but I think this is a pretty safe way to take a pretty aggressive path. 36 damage to all enemies. Combust deals more over the next 2 turns, so if we do this for 24 and this for 14, it will almost kill that. That's unfortunate. This thing will die into thorns if we fully block, but of course we gotta block. Alright, give me some cards. Seems like a good anger. Give me some more cards here. Give me another defend. Okay, so defend. Strike is actually better here. And gain strength. Block for most of it. Kill it with combust. 10 plus 7 plus... Well, we can play everything. It is going to die to combust, so we are all set. Do we want another Anger Plus? It is really good with Shuriken, but we don't have a ton of card draw, but we have some with our War Cry on our Pommel Strike. Shuffling a Dazed into our draw pile is not actually that bad with Evolve and Feel No Pain. I'm going to try a Reckless Charge. I don't know if I've ever taken that card, just about. Okay, we get to play 3 attacks. We'll get started on the low health one in the back. It is unfortunate that we're going to use our pin nib like this, but 24 damage is not that unfortunate. And we get our strength. Whirlwind is 36 to all. Combust is also good. Defend is not... We could defend and then deal defend, combust, and then deal 18 to everything? Well, 25. But if we're playing combust, we're saying 7 damage is worth 1 health. So if we play defend, we're skipping 9 damage. Is 9 damage worth 5 health? I think in this fight we're going to be able to kill them pretty easily, so I think yes. I think it's okay to just deal 18 damage here. We've got a lot of attacks. I think we'll be able to kill this turn. Okay, so let's evolve. First we Reckless Charge, then we draw. If we're lucky we get the other evolve. Okay, we'll put a strike on top. Kill that thing with combust, fully block. And I think we're pretty much set. Good fight. We got a weak potion. I'll go ahead and drink this. Heal up to 88. Take a second wind. Flame Barrier is pretty good. We already have a Thorns, though. We don't have a single big block card, though. But I really want another Feel No Pain, and I'm feeling greedy today. This is good. So we always do that. I think we always do this because we want to gain strength. And these things die anyway. So we could Combust and then Whirlwind, I think. Yeah, we have 88 health. We're trying to kill the big thing, and Combust will be good later when we don't have Whirlwind in our hand. Okay, make it vulnerable. Deal 30 damage with Strike, get some strength, deal some damage. Pretty good, pretty good. We might just kill it this turn, right? Let's draw some cards. Sever Soul kills it, Uppercut kills it, Reckless Charge does not quite kill it. We could Corruption and do some skills. We're not going to do Corruption and Feel No Pain. Okay, Uppercut kills it, right? So we'll just do that. We knew we could either kill it or fully block. Torai is a great relic. Really nice against multi-attacks. And Bronze Scales is good against multi-attacks, so this is going to help a lot against the heart. Torai means a lot of its multi-attacks don't matter for a while, especially if we can get a Disarm to reduce its strength, or just weak. And Bronze Scales will deal 45 damage to it every time it does that. We don't need another Combust at this point. We don't need to fill our deck with copies of the same power. We've got 2 of them already, and they're not even upgraded. I do like a Shrug It Off. It's a skill, it's great with Corruption. I think we were taking 2 more elites here. We are healed up to full from Eternal Feather. I think we evolved something defensive. Our offense kind of takes care of itself with Shuriken if we can attack. Given that Mark of Pain is going to upgrade... It's not Mark of Pain. Warped Tongs is going to upgrade randomly. It might be good to upgrade a power. With 4 energy, sometimes 5 thanks to Happy Flower, I don't think we need to do a cost reduction on Corruption. So it's either Shrug It Off for the front-loaded or Feel No Pain for the scaling. We could take an Evolve, but we don't actually shuffle statuses into our own deck very often. Let's take a Feel No Pain. Get a little bit of scaling block going on. Alright, Super Elites here has a bunch of regen. I'll take a Shrug It Off. I don't think Sever Soul is necessary here. We could gain one. No, we're not getting any strength this turn. Let's apply some weak to that one. And then just get started on the damage. Could have done a Dex Potion this fight. This is often a good fight to do a Dex Potion on. But I didn't. I'd like an Attack Potion this turn. We can spend 5 energy though. So we deal 12 damage to that. If I get an Attack Potion, I gain strength this turn. And Carnage seems like a good attack. Unfortunately, Combust does not quite kill it. Wait a second, now it does! Lucky us. If we were able to pin them a Whirlwind, I'll be happy about it. So we're being attacked for 15. If I Pommel Strike the big one and we draw a Whirlwind, they both die. If I Pommel Strike this one and we draw an Uppercut, it die. But I think it dies if we draw Uppercut anyway. Let's take that Corruption later. Now let's take the Evolve later. So we Ghost Armor. This thing's at 25. So let's get it dead to that. We're fully blocked. I guess we could have dealt the damage here, let it hit us a little harder, but there we go. We can totally Whirlwind and kill it, but let's get our Pin Nib stacked up one more than we otherwise would. We can no longer be weak. That's good. Lose health, deal a bunch of damage. We're already pretty good at dealing a bunch of damage. We have Reckless Charge, we have Pommel Strike, we have Whirlwind Plus. We have a few ways to spend 1 energy and deal a bunch of damage to one target. It's a lot of damage though. 18 damage for 1 energy is a lot. I'm gonna give it a shot. Upgrade 2 random skills. Yeah, Defend Plus, Shrug It Off Plus. Decent defensive upgrades. Whirlwind for 45 seems pretty good. But actually, we want to do some extra things. And we get an Uppercut, which is awesome. Let's save a Sever Soul for next turn. So we will Uppercut, Strike, and that doesn't kill this one, but we'll deal with it later. Okay, we could deal 34, 62, 72 this turn. I think that's what we'll do. So we take 21. We have our Pin Nib active, and it's dead. It's not like we were going to block anyway. So this normally deals 12. Let's get our next Pin Nib up a little bigger, I guess. Let's just win the fight. Prep Bag I like. Regent Potion I like. Demon Form. So that's kind of like a Shuriken. Also, though, a Pummel is a card that scales with our strength. We gain strength slowly. It would be nice to gain strength quickly. Pummel, though, is really good once we gain strength. I think a Demon Form is better here. It's hard to spend 3 energy to play it, but it's a lot easier if we've already played Corruption. I would love to Whirlwind for a bunch of damage, but I think against this thing that randomizes all our card costs, Corruption is going to be super valuable. So let's go ahead and gain our strength. Deal 1 less damage, get 1 more strength. Okay, free Demon Form, I'm into it. I want all these cards, but I'll put a bash on top for later. So vulnerable, big hit, vulnerable, and weak. Big block. Well, not a very big block. So we take 8. So we have taken, you know, like 60 damage this. We've taken like 60 or 70 damage this act, but thanks to Burning Blood and Eternal Feather and a couple of blood potions. Yeah, we've taken a lot of damage this act, but it doesn't matter. So that's 30. That's 33. So we could deal 19, so 49, and kill. Thank you, Combust, for your valuable service. Spot Weakness is nice, but we already have Shuriken and Demon Form. I think we've got ways to gain strength. Second Wind is decent block. We already have a Hemokinesis Plus, we don't need another. I think we skip these. I mean, I like a Spot Weakness, it does make us stronger. Maybe that should be reason enough to take it. Now we know we've got scaling damage. I'll spend gold for a relic. I don't want to curse, but I do want a relic. First attack each combat does 8 additional damage. So if we finish with Pin Nib on 9, this is really good. Also, book time, very hyped. In Kyridian, okay. Really hoping for Necronomicon. Double playing our Bash, our Uppercut, our Sever Soul, and especially a huge Whirlwind would be really good. But a free power at the start of each fight is nice, and health. The health trade is not really a problem for us. Well, let's draw some cards. We could go Bash, Combust, Combust, Evolve, Feel No Pain next turn if we want to. I think a couple of Combusts is worth it here. We'll just get started on... if we do a 14 plus 6, that's 20, so then this thing is already dead to Combust. Oh, right, we have Pin Nib. Well, we'll draw another strike next turn, maybe. Alright, we already put a Feel No Pain on top of there. I'm a silly Billy. Okay, Feel No Pain. Well, we have 5 energy worth of things. We can skip the Evolve. So we block, we kill that, and we do a little to that. Alright, 22 plus 12 is 34, 44. It's dead. We end with our Happy Flower at 2, which is nice. Rupture. Whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. That's just Hemokinesis at this point. Definitely not. We don't need another Hemokinesis. Do I want another Whirlwind? With a Pin Nib. Maybe? With a Pin Nib and a bunch of strength. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Let's upgrade our strength gain. We're trying to win these. We need to get a bunch of strength to defeat this enemy. So I think Demon Form is a good upgrade. Whoops. There we go. Looks like we're going to be able to keep this Regen Potion for next tap. Man, what is it with Evolve? Alright, ooh, we can get Corruption in play. So we can do Corruption, Feel No Pain. We'll skip one of the Combusts. We'll save a Spot Weakness for next turn, especially because it'll cost 0. Corruption, Feel No Pain, and we'll get a Combust. I don't think we want to exhaust that Defend just yet. It might come in handy later. Right, Feel No Pain is going to be really good here. Let's do a Whirlwind next turn. We could Whirlwind this turn. Actually, Whirlwind this turn would have blocked a lot. Yeah, Whirlwind Eka would have been the play. We should have kept Uppercut for later. That was completely my bad. But we're not taking that much damage. Let's just get started on this thing, because we know we are going to kill the others with Combust and Whirlwind pretty easily. So that thing is big time weak and vulnerable. With 2 Whirlwinds, 36 kills these, so I can spend 1 energy on a strike and still kill them. Ooh, if we play this now, we gain strength, but it doesn't do double. It does double 0. Yeah, actually, that's a no, actually. Double Hemokinesis is 66 damage, and I think that's pretty good. Get angry. Don't feel that pain. Is this a good hand next turn? Strike, Reckless Charge, Sever Soul. That'll kill it, right? I think it helps if we draw 1 extra thing. Okay, so now we get a Dazed, but we played that this turn. And that exhausts for block, and it's dead anyway. Cool. There we go. Another Blood Potion. This 96 max health is treating me pretty nice, I gotta admit. Fiend Fire. Exhaust your hand, deal 10 damage for each card exhausted. Exhaust. That's quite good with all our Feel No Pains, because we can exhaust all our skills, and this lets us exhaust all our strikes. Scales well with Strength, scales well with Pin Nib. Limit Break I also quite like with all this strength, but I think we gain enough strength that we don't need to double it. Impervious would be really good as well, but I think Fiend Fire Plus is just really, really good. Ooh, okay, tough choices. So Runic Pyramid, you know I love. Runic Pyramid makes Sever Soul and Corruption really good, because we can just save skills in our hand to exhaust when we want. It also, Runic Pyramid might even let us set up an infinite. Snack Eye is also really good, because Corruption means just drawing more skills is great. Our most important cards tend to be expensive. Corruption, Demon Form, and Fiend Fire get a discount on average. So do Uppercut, Sever Soul, and Bash. Whirlwind is, on average, well, on average and in every possible case, completely unaffected. So then the only downsides are Anger becomes a lot less good. Reckless Charge, Warcry become a lot less good. Warcry is okay, because card draw is good with Snecko-Eye. Oh, also, these are skills. So the question is, do we want to try and set up an infinite by exhausting our whole deck with Runic Pyramid, or do we want to do Corruption? And I think at Ascension 5, I think we're very strong and going to win anyway. So let's do Runic Pyramid, see if we can finish the bosses with some infinite combos. Or at least pretty close to infinite combos. So, 4 elites. This is the most elites we can fight, and at this Ascension level, it's pretty easy to just make decisions that way. Okay. So we're being attacked for 24. Runic Pyramid is also nice with Anger, because we can save it for turns where we're gaining strength. Might have been a good fight to regen pot, honestly. This tends to go a while. It will probably still go a while. And we're taking a lot of damage here. This one we'd love to kill if we can. But I don't know if we can. If we gain strength, it probably does more than an extra strike. Yeah, an extra strike is just 6. Well, 9 with this, but this, if we play 3 attacks, this is 9, and then we have the strength. So 18... No, sorry, we'd have strength. So this would be 21 damage. This would be 11, but actually 16 because we're vulnerable. So still 16, so 21 plus 16 is 37. Then this is going to be from 22 to 25 to 37 again. So 74. So we can definitely kill this one. And we'll just get hit from the other one, and it's fine. Okay, 21. So that thing... unfortunately, got to play both of these here. But exhausting things gives us some block, thanks to Sever Soul. Torai blocks for a lot there. Alright. Uppercut Fiend Fire, or just Fiend Fire, more than handily kills that. Uppercut also does pretty well here. But Pin Nib is the solution to all our problems. Colorless Potion. Ooh, Shockwave. I really like Weaken Vulnerable to all enemies. Especially when we can play it at our whim. I'm gonna go this way. Shopping is fun. Fire Breathing. Whenever you draw status or curse, deal 10 damage to all enemies. That's pretty good. But we could also just Fiend Fire and kill that. If we feel no pain, it'll block a bunch. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, well, okay, each one blocks for 4 and also deals 4 damage to us, so it evens out. Right now we have Akabeko. So we're dealing extra damage for each card exhausted. Normally this would be 10 for each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do want to kill that, right? We could also defend and Fiend Fire. Yeah, I like that. So we're gonna block for a good bit. Oh, okay. So we actually take the damage first and gain the block afterwards. Didn't realize that. So that wasn't the best way to play that turn, but it was good learning. Vulnerable Strike Sever Soul kills that. But Shockwave Strike Sever Soul also does it, and then we get to play our Shockwave on that. Alright. We are fully blocked. Let's get our Happy Flower up one more, especially with Bag of Prep. And it's nice to be able to play out our hand on turn 1. I don't know if we need an Inflame anymore. Dual Wield is nice. Later on, if we can just get a single drop kick, we can go infinite. Are there any powers we want? Getting extra Feel No Pains is really good. I mean, Dual Wield in general is a lot better if you have the ability to keep the things. All our gold to get one relic that applies a week. I'd rather go to a shop and get a relic that does something different. Easier elite fights is a consideration. Healing, Adding cards, maybe. I think we start with removing a strike here. Anger is not that bad with Runic Pyramid and a lot of card draw, but it's not amazing. Sentinel could be good with Runic Pyramid. Gets us energy to play out a big hand. Sword Boomerang is a good way to spend strength. So is Fiendfire and Whirlwind. But I'm thinking about the Heart, which is a really long fight. If we get a bunch of strength, Sword Boomerang could be useful. The question is, do we already have what we need for that? I think maybe, yeah. I don't think we want either of these relics. Mayhem is fun. Is it good, though? Is it ever bad? It can be bad with Fiendfire. Everything else in our deck is good with Mayhem. I never take Mayhem. I kind of want to try a weird card. So it's a power at the start of your turn. Play the top card of your draw pile. Let's see how it does for us. Good fight. Next. Ooh, Dark Embrace is really good with Corruption. Headbutt can be good, but it's a lot less good with Runic Pyramid because we get to play everything on the first time through our deck. We get a Dark Embrace for free. We could get a bunch of Dual Wields. Sorry, we could get a bunch of Reckless Charges with Dual Wield. We could get a bunch of Feel No Pain. We could get a bunch of Combust. So, let's look at our lines here. If we take 3 Reckless Charges, it's 18, then 10, then 10. So we would Dual Wield, kill one of them. We always play Dark Embrace, and I don't think we ever play Dual Wield onto Dark Embrace. If we Dual Wield onto Feel No Pain, and we just play 3 times, Warcry blocks for 9. If we play 3 Combusts, then we kill one of them, and we take 9 plus 2, but we have power in play. I think we're going to have to block this fight. I don't think we're going to be able to just kill this thing before it smashes our face real bad. So we could do another we could do another Feel No Pain, or we could just defend and Warcry. You know, it would actually be nice to draw a Daze with Warcry. If we do this, it dies to bronze scales. If we do this and combust, this dies. And then we block 6. I like this outcome. Yikes. I did not do the math. Give me a colorless card. Dramatic Entrance. Yeah, that'll do it. Whoops. We do have a Whirlwind, so we can pin nib that. Alright. So we want that to die. So let's dash. And next turn we have 5 energy with Happy Flower, so this will deal 16 damage, but actually 24, 10 times, so we just block this turn. And combust. Alright. So that solves the Reptomancer fight. Messed up a little bit and had to use an extra thing. But 16 times 10 is good, and 24 times 10 is even better. I didn't math that. What? Oh no, the 16 was after it had pin nib. I was thinking of Necronomicon, where it shows the benefit afterwards. Wow, I am just making some wild misplays this game. Okay, well we take 32 for that. Didn't have to take 32, but we did. Good thing we have so much health. Gambling Chip will be really good turn 1 with Runic Pyramid and Bag of Preparation. Take another Evolve, but we don't need that much more card draw. We don't have a lot of weak. I think... So Warcry leaves us down, like, it's net -1 card. Because it costs 1 card to draw Warcry, then it only draws 1. If it's upgraded, it's better. On the other hand, it's a free exhaust. Who are we fighting? We're fighting Time Eater, so cards that cost 0 and don't do anything are kind of bad. I'm gonna skip here. Upgraded Feel No Pain is good. Corruption upgrade helps us play it sooner. I don't think we need the Shockwave upgrade. I'm gonna say Feel No Pain upgrade is our best defensive here. And look, we're back up to 64. Alright, get rid of Anger Plus. It's kind of good. Let's get rid of Spot Weakness. It's good with Corruption because it exhausts itself. It's nice strength early on. But I think to win quick fights, we're doing alright with our Pin Nib, Whirlwind, Fiendfire kind of stuff. And to win long fights, I think Demon Form is gonna get us enough strength. I think Anger is more valuable because it lets us proc Shuriken a lot. Alright, this is the blue key. Shame, would have liked the Ancient Tea set, really helps with the Act 3 boss, but with Bag of Prep and all that. Okay, we get a free Demon Form, so that's good. Mayhem, I'm into it. What do we not want here? So we full block with those two, we Mayhem. Maybe we don't need the card draw? I like the big damage. Ooh, and we can Warcry to put a uppercut on top of our deck. I'm into that. Yeah, let's play uppercut for free next turn. Then we can go defend, defend, and... Whoops, we have to play Mayhem to play that for free. So we'll just do a Hemokinesis for 39 damage. Pretty good start. Alright. It plays after we draw. Well, where's the fun in that? Boo. Okay. Well, let's just do some damage to it. Get another strength. We don't need the shockwave immediately, and if we draw corruption, we'd be sad we paid 2 energy for it. Okay, we can just exhaust these combusts later. We don't super care about them. Strike, Reckless Charge, Whirlwind. Maybe we want to save the Whirlwind for Pin Nib next turn. Ooh, if we play 3 attacks this turn, we use up our Pin Nib. Maybe we just play some powers and do that next turn. Gain some strength and do a big Pin Nibbed Whirlwind. Okay, I'll just do that. Play some powers this turn. We're not playing Demon Form right now. Trying to decide if we do Corruption and dual wield a Reckless Charge and deal a bunch of damage that way. Sever Soul would also block for a Zillion. I think I'm gonna go the Reckless Charge path. So we go Strike. We'll just do a Shockwave for block. And Reckless Charge. And do you want to just do this next turn? We'll have... So this is currently 30. So 30 times 5 is 150. But it's... Wait. Oh, we've played 6 cards, so it's 72. So, I mean, if we can play a few cards next turn, that's pretty good, right? Or maybe we just do this. Yeah, Fiendfire is a good kill, and we've got another Whirlwind Plus in there, so let's gain strength for the next Whirlwind. Right, now it starts doing big attacks, but it's a little late. We just exhaust these powers and get a bunch of stuff. Block, specifically. If we feel no pain in Dark Embrace, then exhausting these two... it draws us dazes, and those dazes are going to fully block. If we Demon Form and Sever Soul, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 more block. Does not quite fully block. Oh, so that's 52, 31. We're going to kill it next turn, so let's just block. So next turn we can Fiendfire, and that will be big murder. Oh, Mayhem killed it. Okay, let's get some more max health. Upgrades are good with Runic Pyramid. And pass. So we're at 110 max health, which is pretty impressive considering we don't have feet or anything like that. Alright, we're being attacked for 18, so shrug it off, and a good defend will do it. I like Demon Form, I like Combust. So what don't I like? I like Warcry. I mean, I kind of like all these, but maybe Pommel Strike is the worst here. Take another Combust, we'll put an Uppercut for next turn. Or a Bash, doesn't really matter. We're drawing it now. Okay, so we'll take 2. No rush on that. You have Shuriken, we have hand space. No reason to play that now. And Tori reduced that damage taken to 1, by the way, which is good. Mayhem is bad because it can attack these before we block. We deal 10 to each enemy, so we don't actually have to attack these. But we'd like to. So now these will die. At the end of next turn. And so will these. So it's just that one to worry about. We'll take 2 more damage from Combust unless we can kill all of these without taking damage. Which we can't. So we'll do that. Playing Whirlwind here would kill them both, but deal 12 damage to us. And that seems worse than taking 2. So let's take 2. Off we go. Gambler's Brew. That's pretty good. Do I think I'm going to use the Blood Potion this act? Or should I save it? I think Dual Wield is still good, especially with Corruption. Blessing of the Forge is good. Dex Potion is okay. Is Gambler's Brew better? Or do we just drink this? Let's just drink this. Alright, gain some vulnerable. If we take this, we just have to block next turn. Corruption and Dark Embrace is a strong start. So let's just keep Corruption, and then we can play Berserk, and then we can draw a bunch of cards. We can also Demon Form. The next turn we'll have 5 energy, so we can Corruption and Dark Embrace. Alright, we win. Now we got an upgrade on Corruption too. And a Feel No Pain. I'm into it. Feel No Pain. I'm into it. We're gonna play this just to gain block. Okay. We do want to draw some more cards next turn. Yeah, this is fine. We did use our pin nib, but we'll get it back. Thanks, Tori. Give me some block and draw a card, please. Thank you. Into that. Let's just get some strikes out of our hand, get our pin nib stacked up. Alright, I think we kill it this turn. We definitely kill it this turn if we want to. So let's play 2 more attacks. Yep, okay. 1. And 2. I like another Shrug It Off. Body Slam is not that bad with all the block we're gaining, but we don't need Body Slam to deal damage. We need Strength to deal damage, and we have that. So we need Block to survive. Shop or Extra Fight? We are going to go to a shop right after the boss fight, so do we want to go to 2 in a row? Let's take an Extra Fight. It's an extra card reward, it's an extra potion, it's a little extra money. Can we just Fiend Fire? You can just Fiend Fire. I'm not saying it's ideal to go into the Time Eater fight with our pin nib at 0, but I'm saying if we play Fiend Fire, it deals 36 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is more damage than we need. But then our Happy Flower is at 0 and our Pin Nib is at 0. And I think we can do better. If we keep Corruption and shrug it off, we're in good shape. We'll hold on to the Fiendfire. So we'll just do a little bit of Weak and Vulnerable. And we'll see if we can win maybe next turn with Happy Flower at 2 and ideally Pin Nib at a big number. So we have to block for 28 this turn. Easy enough. Dual wield Reckless Charge will be a good way to play some extra attacks. So next turn we kill with Fiendfire, so it's just about stacking up our Pin Nib. Cool. So we'll end with Pin Nib at 8, or better yet, if we can play another card, 9, we can play a Strike for 8, and then this deals plenty. So we end with our Happy Flower at 2 and our Pin Nib at 9. So we could have won with a single card. This seemed better. Does 2 Dexterity save us more than that does? Ooh, Offering. Armaments is not bad, but we have a Blessing of the Forge, so our most important card is already upgraded. This exhausts, it draws cards, it gives energy. It's so good. I think Regen Potion is better in the Heart Fight than Dex Potion. Because I don't think we really block with Dexterity in that fight. I think we block with Feel No Pain. We're not going into the Time Eater fight here, we're going into an Elite fight. But we still want to get Happy Flower and Pin Nib up to good numbers. This seems like a good Whirlwind now. Get that low, then we can just save it. Don't need a Brutality. If we keep a Hemokinesis, we're in pretty good shape to kill that thing. Okay, normally with all of these buffs from Pin Nib and Akabeko, Strike deals 6 and Hemokinesis deals 18, so that's 24. And then with Reckless Charge, it's 34. So we're going to deal 32 damage 5 times, so that's 160. So we don't need to keep the Strike to be guaranteed to kill it next turn if we want to. Okay, so if we want it dead, it just dies. That was completely inconsequential. I mean, it would be nice if we could fully block. Let's see, Feel No Pain. Sever Soul exhausts 1, 2. So we're at 15, so if we exhaust 1, 2, 3 more things, then we go up to 27, and we take 5. Is it worth 5 health to get these to better numbers for next fight? I don't know that it is. Alright. On to Time Eater. Vulnerable turn 1, pretty good. Nope, nope, nope. Red key. Into the Time Eater fight with full health. Ooh, Juggernaut is going to be really nice here. Wow, we got Feel No Pain, Corruption, Juggernaut. So whenever we play a skill, it costs 0, it exhausts, which gains us block, and it deals damage because it gains block. So, yeah. Oh my god, we could have 3 Juggernauts. because it currently costs 0, so copies of it will cost 0. Alright, Time Eater, we're going to play a lot of cards this turn. I hope you don't mind. So if we do that, that blocks a zillion, right? But if we do it next turn, maybe we're trying to kill with a single attack with Akabeko. It's not going to be vulnerable unless we play Shockwave, though. Okay. Every time we gain block, it deals 15 damage. So we played 10 out of 11 cards. So if we do this, it does 18 damage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. But it's also 15, so it's really 33 times 8, which is 240 something. Yeah, that's not enough. Let's block this turn. We'll uppercut to make it weak. That ends our turn, so we take 13. And so that's 30. It's a lot. But it doesn't kill it. We're going to try and kill it in one shot. Plus, if we do it next turn, Happy Flower's on the right number. So let's try and get it down to like 200 health. If it's not weak, this is only 25. So 25 times basically 9. I mean, it's a lot of damage, but it's only 225, so we want to be able to kill it next turn. So this would be 48. That's not enough. This deals a lot of damage, though. If we dual wield, we can create more combusts. Oh, we got a Shockwave. Okay. Now, with that in mind, let's get our pin nib stacked up a little more. So now we just kill it next turn. Let's get our pin nib up a little higher. We want our pin nib at 9 because it's really good with Akabeko. So 4 more attacks. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. Then next turn we do Sever Soul. Oh, we can just do this. Our next turn we do Sever Soul followed by Fiendfire, and that's guaranteed kill. Wait, no, we can only play 1 more. Fiendfire will do it. Oh, it's blocked. Whoops. But 16 with an upgrade, so this is 31 times 9. So that'll do it. Now we get a bunch of armor, and now... Thanks, Juggernaut. Yo, Incarridian. MVP this fight. I mean, we would have done okay, but 2 into 9 are great numbers. I'm grateful for them. Alright, on to the Campfire Shop and Act 4 Elites, and then, of course, there is but one opponent remaining. You've watched... This probably isn't your first video here, right? Maybe it is. But I'm going to guess you've watched this before. Alright. So, our best upgrades here are kind of cost upgrades, right? Just getting Corruption in place sooner is good. Extra cards from offering is nice, but our hand is usually full. Warcry upgrade makes it good instead of not good. I don't know if Mayhem has ended up being good here. Against the heart, extra turns of weak and vulnerable is pretty good. We don't have that many ways of applying it. I'm kind of down for a shockwave upgrade since we just have an uppercut to apply weak, and we want to make that heart weak, especially with Tori. As much as I want a membership card, it does not make financial sense here. So card remove is always good, just getting rid of a strike. Dual wield is not bad. We have enough whirlwinds. Whirlwind we don't care about against the heart, it's good against these elites. I think the best thing we can do is remove a strike. Strike is the worst card in our deck and it isn't exhausted by corruption. Shrug It Off and Dual Wield are both good cards that are exhausted by corruption, and we like it when that happens. Neither of these potions are that much better than what we got. The thing is, we really need to draw corruption quickly, and we have 35 cards. So I like adding new cards here, but every card we add isn't corruption, so it has to help us survive until we get corruption and be good, or be good really good afterwards, or both. And I think we're fine afterwards. I'm going to say Dual Wield is a little better than usual because we have Enchiridion, and I think that's kind of a fun combo. It was fun last fight. Alright, I like a Demon Form. I like a Demon Form. I like a Feel No Pain. I don't know if I like 2 Demon Form. 52 damage is not nothing. We could probably just kill that one. We don't need 2 Demon Forms. Feel No Pain will help us block. Warcry is good. Okay, if we take Hemokinesis, that's 52. But then after that, without Pin Nib or Akabeka, that's just another 16 damage. So I don't think that's relevant to try and kill that. If we want to kill that this turn, we want something bigger. Alright, give me something good. Corruption and double Feel No Pain and Warcry? Yeah. So we got block. We can kill something with Fiendfire pretty soon, right? So that blocks for 26. We're taking another 12, so we're taking, what, 33? So if I play Dual Wield, is good. If I just play Fiendfire, it kills one of them. Alright, so I'm not playing now. So we are fully blocked. I mean, it could play, actually. Hold on, without Akabeka Pin Nib, this is just 10 damage, but with our 1 strength 11. So if we did 11 10 times, we would kill this thing, but if we play all these, we don't have 10 cards. I don't think it's worth it to gain 1 strength here. I think it's better to have Fiendfire kill. If this one blocks next turn, then we just do that, right? It empties our hand, but like, it's good. On the other hand, is 10, if it's vulnerable, and it has... Well, making it weak and vulnerable doesn't matter if we kill it. But it is good to get Pin Nib to a bigger number. But we can do that when it's just this one, probably? Let's think. 44, so it's at 110. It's weak and vulnerable. This deals 10 damage per card, but actually 15. So then we need 7. We need 8 cards exhausted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that doesn't do it, but if we play more attacks, it will. So this lets us stack Pin Nib, basically. So right now this is 16 times 3, 6, 7. Not enough. But this is good. Yikes. That costs energy. I'm a fool. Okay, well, that was a mistake. Man, a lot of misplays this fight. Or this run. But it still dies to Thorns. And then we save the Fiendfire. No, it doesn't die. It gets the block. Darn it. For just a second, I thought maybe I could escape accountability for my actions. This thing... Okay, it's going to block again, so that's no good. We can just fill our hand with Fiendfires. And Fiendfire will do a bunch of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, it will block a bunch. So if we face this way, we're fine. Okay, so Happy Flower will not be at the favorite number, but we can wait. Dark Embrace is good. This lets us play another attack, and then we'll just wait a bit. Try and get Happy Flower at a better number. So it's going to get a lot of block, but we can just kill with kill with Whirlwind next turn, because it's not blocking. It's going to debuff our strength, but that's fine. That's what that. Oh, it does to Thorns. Okay. Give me some dex. I mean, I'll take a spot weakness against the heart, I think. And I like upgraded cards better than health, and I like refilling. Okay, so we can upgrade a bunch of cards here. We can upgrade that Feel No Pain. Okay, this is good. No strike, no pommel strike. Maybe War Cry. No defend. Maybe Ghostly Armor. Yeah, if we get a bunch of Feel No Pains here, then we're in... If we get all our important block cards played on turn 1, we're in good shape. Okay, with Corruption, Feel No Pain on turn 1. So we upgrade the Corruption. Do we take damage to play cards here? Yeah. I could just Ghostly Armor. I don't have to play Corruption this turn, but if I do, Ghostly Armor is free. But do I think we can get a perfect fight where we don't take any damage against the heart? With this starting hand, maybe. Let's give it a shot. So maybe we should save a Feel No Pain to do this again with our next dual wield? That would be silly. Why not? So War Cry now blocks for 16. Shockwave blocks for 16 and more. Okay, we're going to play that first. We're going to get that Void out of here because we don't want it. Well, it does block, though. We can block with it next turn. Wait, we took the damage before we got the block? That's so interesting. So when if you play a card that gives you block, it blocks before Beat of Death. But I guess Beat of Death happens before your powers do? Or it exhausts. So if you have After Image, whenever you play a card, gain block. That happens before Beat of Death. So the card is exhausted before Beat of Death. Or maybe it's not exhausted until after it's played. Okay. After a card... Because After Image gains block when the card is played. And this gains block when it's exhausted, but it... So therefore it is exhausted after Beat of Death. I think? I don't know, man. Well, we're not getting a perfect fight now anyway, so let's just go in. So Void, and we'll block for another 16. So we'll defend here, and we are very blocked. 1 times 15 is not really a problem for me. Do I want to upgrade pot just for 1 extra strength? No. Well, let's demon form and... well, let's just slime. Get this out of our hand. Oh, that was our first attack this fight. Thank you, Thorns, for giving me another 45 damage for free. I mean, we don't have to play cards at this point. But it's nice to. I mean, we're just gaining strength every turn. We have a zillion block. Fiendfire deals the damage cap. I mean, I should probably play some cards, right? Let's do a big Pin Nib Hemokinesis. 63 is a nice number. One of those. If we get Mayhem hitting dual wield, it either hits Feel No Pain or Fiendfire. That's not terrible, and it probably hits something else. So let's get it out of our hand. What did it even play? It played Combust for free. Cool. Maybe we'll use Blessing of the Forge to upgrade our other dual wield. Alright, we can Blessing now. So we spot weakness. So now whenever we exhaust... oh, whoops, we played too many. It went into our discard. Oh well. Let's get rid of those artifact charges. I don't like them. We've won this fight. How do we want to finish? Big Whirlwind will be fun later, especially with Offering. Yeah, I like that. So let's block and get Pin Nib up. Big Fiendfire seems more appropriate. If we do this, we can get a bunch of strength. Not that it super matters. Ooh, we could Whirlwind and then Offering and then Fiendfire. I guess it's attacking, but I'm not really paying attention to that at this point. So we can't kill it this turn, because it can only take 255 more damage. Mayhem is just going to hurt us, isn't it? Okay. Anyway. So that's going to do a lot of damage. Oh no, this is going to kill it. So that's 45 times 5. So 56 or 60. Yeah, 56 times 6 is less than 60 times a zillion. That's a lot of block. And look, we healed at the end of the fight. Lucky us. Alright. That was a fun Runic Corruption run. Hope you enjoyed watching it. You know, I thought maybe if I waited, I would think of something else to say here. Nope.